Hey there, guys. It's me, Carlotta Washington, your advocate for the leap from corporate to creative. And I'm here with our girl,
Tisa Edge, life influencer, crowd motivator.
All right, so Tisa and I are here today to talk to you about the power manifestation and also how you are fabulously and fantastically suited to take it from corporate to creative. So we got a little conversation. Well, we probably have a lot of conversation for you. But anyhow. Yeah. So, yeah, we got a lot of conversation coming up for you. So we will be right back. All right.
Bye.
All right, well, we're back, and like we said, we want to talk to you about the power manifestation because we've done a little bit of that ourselves, even though we didn't know that's what we were doing, and also how getting what we wanted in our corporate lives has actually prepared us to be creatives, right? Yeah. So I know in the last show you talked about how you wrote down what you wanted.
I wrote down everything. For me, coming from the country, it was about being prophecies. Prophesizing.
She says prophecy, I say manifestation.
And that's the difference
between tomato, potato,
corporate and creative. Because I wasn't corporate to me because I worked for a funeral home.
That was corporate,
I went to school for funeral services.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you ended up working for who? Somebody that had multiple funeral homes, right?
Yeah, but it wasn't really corporate, but then now that you said that, the manifestation, I see Black folk. Mm-hmm. I see corporate that was really entrepreneur. Mm-hmm. Funeral home, small business from small towns. You just think money, you think wealth. That's what we thought. I was chasing money and wealth.
And you got it?
No, I got student loans. I got people screaming at me. I got, Lord Jesus, my baby is gone. What time we drinking? That's what I got.
That's what you manifested?
No, that ain't what I manifest. Oh, you want to know what I manifest?
Yeah, what did you manifest?
I manifested moving to Atlanta, going to college, becoming a funeral director. Excuse me. Can I say something real quick?
What's that?
Can I tell y'all, I'm country. I'm Tisa Edge. I'm just country. So I know y'all probably laughing at me, but please forgive me because I do this for real. Tisa Edge. Okay.
Okay. That's the disclaimer. You know what? Somebody asked me if we would have any disclaimers in this show, and now we do. So there's your disclaimer. The point has been made and taken. But basically, manifestation. So I did the same, but not quite. I didn't write it down, but I thought to myself, this is the life that I want. I want to have the corner office. I want to have a successful career. I want to do all of the things that I was told define you as a successful person. So that's what I did.
And you did it.
And I did it, and I accomplished it, but it turned into something else later on. And we're going to kind of talk about that when we come back. So thanks for hanging out with us for this first segment. We'll be right back.
Listen, we was talking about how the dreams turn to nightmare. The nightmare done woke us up. Now we are here as creatives.
Right.
But we did learn some valuable, I know for me, I learned valuable lessons in that corporate setting. I did learn how to schedule, how to not get paid, how to get paid, who gets paid. I'm just messing with you. But for me, I do have a question because as a true corporate, I see you truly from corporate world with the corner office. Like, how did you set your schedule?
Schedule?
Because funeral service, it still ties into being a creative because there's no truly set schedule.
But, I mean, so what I think is that in our corporate lives, so it prepares us in a lot of different ways. Okay. So even with funeral services, you don't know when the next person is going to arrive, but you know there's a process. So the process that you use to check that person in and move them through, you know, greeting their family and all of the things that you have to do to prepare that person for their final moment.
Right.
Those are all things that are skill based, right? So you have, once they are there, there's a schedule. There's things that you have to do in a certain order at a certain time and in a certain way, right? So all of those things are the things that make moving from a corporate life and taking that leap into your creative world. That's the things that we can use. So it's not like, oh my God, I've been here for 20 years doing this thing and I don't want to do it anymore. But how do I make that work? But in corporate.
But you gave up 6 figures though. I only gave up 3 figures.
But it doesn't matter how much you give up. Is that I wasn't happy. I wasn't satisfied, right?
Okay.
And what I'm able to do now has so much more meaning. It has meaning for me. It has meaning for the people I touch. And then in all of the skills that I learned in that life, all the things that I did at that time, I use those today. Like I use them every day. And then so I get to use all the knowledge and all the skills and all the training, all the education that I gained from that process in what I do now. And I wouldn't trade that. And I think that that's a great message for us to share with everyone else, is how valuable all that talent and all that time is today for them. Like you talk about, what is it? Passion, purpose, and profit.
My passion led me to my purpose, which led me to some profit.
Okay.
And my passion is seeing people happy. So that's really why I got into funeral service, because it was about, I know that's a sad time, but I just wanted people to be happy. It's a transition to a better place, because we're supposed to rejoice at a funeral, right?
Right.
And cry when the baby's born.
Right.
But we don't. We reverse.
Right.
So it's just, I enjoyed when the families came in, and at the end of everything, thank you so much. You helped me so much. Or I transition into really helping people, because grief really hits after the service.
Right.
So I'm able to talk to so many people, which led to my purpose. And that led me to now life influencer and crowd motivator, because would you believe I get hired to speak at funerals?
Okay.
And get paid.
And get paid.
And get paid.
So, but think about all the stuff that you learned in the beginning, right?
No.
I don't
want to think about it. Okay. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
but you learned all these things, right?
Yes. Okay.
You learned how to take care of people. You learned how to make them feel comfortable in a very uncomfortable situation. And now all of that stuff, all of that knowledge, all of that purpose that you developed then, you're able to share with people today in more happier times. Like you don't have to wait for them to be down now. They might just be melancholy. They might just be having a bad day. But then you come on board and you're livening up the party.
Wait, I feel like you counseling me. I'm feeling a little PSD-ish.
No, it's PTSD.
Well, again, they know, I know, but I don't know. But corporately speaking, because you was in marketing 6 figures, you still walked away from 6 figures.
Right. And
you okay with a pay cut?
I was okay with it. Actually, you know what? I mean, I don't know if we have time, but it's the story behind that. Yeah. So we don't have time. So we got to cut, and then we'll be back. We're going to chat with y'all a little bit more about how to take that leap from corporate to creative and how we did it.
That's because she want to counsel me instead of telling her story. What's up, family? It's your girl, Tisa Edge, here telling you who Tisa Edge is. Today, Tisa Edge, and I'm going to keep saying Tisa Edge because I need y'all to understand who Tisa Edge is. I am crowd motivator, the host that does the most to ensure there's never a dull moment. And I'm life influencer, influencing you to live your best life now. My claim to fame is, I dare you to tell me your dream. I dare you to tell me what you want to do, because I'm going to make you do it. I promise you I'm going to make you do it, because that's what life influencers do. Influence you to live your best life now. TisaEdge.com. Okay, we back. We getting ready to get this $1 million question.
Well, it's not $1 million, but it was a few dollars. But at the end of the day, like you keep saying, how did I leave? How did I leave? Right? So there's a long story, but I'll make it short.
Okay.
One, the first thing I want to say, I don't think that my leaving however much money I was making as opposed to someone else is that important. What's important is that I wasn't happy, that I was not living in my purpose. And really for me, the long short story is we started our business. So my husband and I run Mark Squared together, right? So we started our business. One, he was having a really good time without me during the day while I was in the office. Two, I stayed at my job full time because I call them my primary investors. So they made it possible for us to finance our business, right?
So your corporate job wasn't your job. It was your primary investors.
My investors. Literally, when people call me for Mark Squared and I was at my investors, I would say, hi, this is Carlotta. I'm sorry. I'll have to call you back. I'm in a meeting with my investors.
Don't they call that brown nosing?
No, that's called... No.
What's the word?
It's not called brown nosing. That was called...
White the shifter.
White.
What they call it when you go from hood to professional?
Oh.
Paper chasing.
No, that's not what you're looking for. She didn't call me brown.
Switching. See?
All right, we got start.
Mission accomplished. You see what I'm doing?
We got audience.
Isn't that code switching?
No, it's not. Code switching is when you speak which I'm not good at on any level.
Okay.
Because I grew up in that place. All right. So I'm not good at code switching. I mean, I'm like not capable. Really, I'm not.
See, I learned the word wrong. That's why I'm creative and you corporate.
No. But what I would do is I would literally just say that, not to because that's how they felt to me. Like they were my investors. It was an exchange of services. You're giving me money so that I can finance this passion that I have. So that's one of the reasons I was there. But what really ended up happening as I moved through that process was that I found that you really truly can serve two masters, as they say. You can't give, I was either trying to give to them, to the corporate job, or to my business, right? And even to the point where what actually made me quit was I was having a meeting with one of my managers and they said to me, oh, well, yeah, everything's going really good. We don't have any complaints. But you just don't seem to be that excited. And I was like, yeah, but you got any complaints about what I'm doing? No, we don't have any complaints. And then he said, do you still have your business? And I was like, oh my God, yes, I have it. Everything's going wonderful. And he says, see, we'd like to have that kind of response from you. And I was like, you know what? Okay. That's cool. And I went home. I spoke to my husband. I was like, you know what? I think it's time for me to leave. And the thing is that I was no longer able to balance the two out.
So wait. So you telling me, cause see, I thought you're supposed to hide your business from your work. So you didn't hide it?
No,
Why?
Why? Well, actually, the reason I didn't hide it, I had a prior manager who actually poured into our business. Like she hired us to work, hired when Dre was doing videography and that kind of work. He became the videographer for our company, the corporation, the corporate business.
Oh, wow.
And so by then it was nothing to hide because it was, they were using our services. I was, a vendor to that company. But then when things changed and I had a new manager, they weren't as receptive to that and they weren't as supportive.
I don't mean to cut you off because I'm still trying to, in my mind, I just want to make six figures, Jesus. Hear me, Lord. I just want to make it.
It's coming.
It's on the way.
It's on its way.
So when we started talking about manifestation, you actually not only manifested your corporate job, you manifested the clientele from your corporate job to your creative job because you didn't keep it a secret.
I didn't keep it a secret. Now, you can't do that everywhere. Now, don't go around telling your corporate job that you have a side hustle. Every place is not going to be receptive to that. So even for me, towards the end, they weren't receptive to that. They were like, oh, bristling, because that's what I love. And then so when we talk about our passions and our purpose, I was passionate about Mark Squared. I still am. I loved it. It gave me hope. It gave me joy. It gave me everything I needed to feel fulfilled. To be fulfilled, not to feel fulfilled, but to be fulfilled. So that's why I was able to leave, because it was no longer an argument between, oh, but you're making this kind of money. I'm making this kind of money, but I'm not doing what I want to do. And so I wanted to do what I wanted to do.
Ooh, honey, this about to get good, y'all. So, we coming back because we just coming back because I got so many questions.
Okay.
Because your figures don't equal my figures,
and they still don't. It takes time though, so we'll talk about that. You're not gonna get back there immediately, but we gotta go. So we'll be right back.
Give me a smile, Tisa.
She don't want to smile. All right, well, we're back, and unfortunately, we have used up all of our time talking about this move from this leap from corporate to creative, and how could you possibly leave your corporate job to go into this crazy creative life?
We talked about you.
Yeah.
The manifestation. We started with me.
Right.
Talking about prophesying. We both got what we asked for.
Right. But it wasn't what we really wanted.
Because I really want to know how you going to leave six figures.
Okay.
But okay, I'm over it.
Okay.
I guess everybody know I'm stuck on this
You're
6
stuck
figures.
on that.
Because as a creative who wants to make 6 figures, I feel like, well, dang, do I really want to make 6 figures?
Yeah, but you do want to make it, but don't you want to make it your way? Like, if you had a choice between going to, because I still work, but I just work for myself, right? So if you had a choice between going to a place that kind of made you feel low and small and not functioning at your best, like if we were living in an Oprah world, we're living our best life. So if you went someplace every day where you didn't have that experience, or you could go someplace every day where you create whatever experience you want. Like my experience, my everyday now is what I create. Like I create what I want to see every day.
So I hear what we started with. I took my passion and it drove me to my purpose that led me to my profits.
Right. So for me, it was my purpose, my passion, and then my profit. All right, guys. Well, Tisa and I together, we can talk. We can run our mouths, and we have lots to say and lots of thoughts and lots of ideas. But I hope you caught that last little piece, whether it's your
passion that leads to purpose that leads to profits.
Or if it's your purpose and then your passion and then profits, however it is that you go about getting there, we just want to be part of helping you take that leap from corporate to creative. So, hey, what do we do?
I drink to that.
All right. Y'all have a great day, and be sure to check out our next episode.
Comments.